Welcome to 100 Voices, 100 Stories. I'm your host, Cece. Every person has a story, and it all begins with you. Let's meet today's guest. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Cece, with Where It Begins, and Cece in the City. I have a special guest on the line with me today. I'm going to let him introduce himself of who he is, what he does, and where he's from.
Hey, everybody. My name is Jeremy Norman. I am the founder and CEO of Norluxe Realty. And we're headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. We have 11 locations throughout the Southeast, and we have over 400 agents up under our company.
Wow, and congratulations. But
Thank
what
you.
inspired you to start your company? How did you get motivated?
It actually kind of started when I was in real estate. I want to say about that sixth year, I started kind of looking at the landscape of real estate. And I didn't see a lot of minorities in the real estate, and I didn't see a lot of minorities being successful in real estate. And so I was always the type that wanted to help more people. And, I had people coming up to me, ask me, how did you become successful? So that's what made me initially start the company, like just being a beacon of hope and helping educate more minorities in real estate.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But for people that may not know your story, who is Jeremy Norman beyond the title of the CEO?
Okay, Jeremy Norman is a father of two. um, big on family, lover of college football and football, period. I played college football in Jacksonville State University. I got into real estate in 2004, right out of college. So this is the only career I ever had. I worked in the Birmingham market for 8 years, was one of the top Keller Williams agents in the whole state of Alabama. Came over to this lovely city of Atlanta, Georgia, worked in sports and entertainment. So I dealt with a lot of athletes and entertainers, started mentoring agents. And then that's when I saw the gap between minority and luxury real estate. And I decided to start a company in 2018 and grew from 3 agents to over 400 agents. So I am a true supporter of everybody.
Wow, that's amazing. And I'm in the Atlanta area now, and I am actually doing all 50 states traveling. So tell me, what do you love about Atlanta, and what is one place everybody must see or and eat?
Okay, I would say what I love about Atlanta is how we support each other when it comes into being an entrepreneur. Everybody knows Atlanta as being this huge entrepreneur. So it's the one place that I feel like you could come with a dream and then you'll find people who want to support your dream. So I had a dream coming from Birmingham, came to Atlanta, and so people were so like loving and supporting and encouraging. It really, really made me feel that I could be successful here. And this is going to sound funny. The one place that I always and I love to go and I tell people to come is a place called Cecily's Raw Reality. So if you're into kale wraps, go to Cecily's and it's going to change your world.
Oh, well, I've
It's in the
never
West
been there.
End.
So tell me about that place because I've never been.
Cecily's is all about raw, vegan kale wrap. It's in the West Ends. Man, it's amazing. They have different type of wraps and different juices that you can get into cleansing your body. So I'm on this health journey, as we all are, and so it's becoming one of my favorite places to go, and especially a place I'll tell people to visit if they come to Atlanta.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you on that. But building this company of 11 offices, that's awesome. What has been the biggest accomplishment in your career so far? And what has been an obstacle also of building 11 offices? Because I know that can be very hard.
Yeah. I think the obstacle with, scaling any company into multiple state is, when you first have to come into that capital. And I think a lot of people don't get a chance to expand now because of lack of capital. So I was able to kind of take my time for a couple years and build up enough capital to be able to push out. We became the first African American company to be in multiple locations. We have some great African American owned companies, but they more or less stay locally, so they dominate within their market center. I always had a vision to be in, not one local company, but a big brand across multiple states. So that was a little challenges in scaling it out. And also, too, different personality. When you have over 400 people that are in one organization, you got to be very understanding of different personalities. And so that was one of the challenges in the beginning part. And one of the things that I was most proud about our company is we built our corporate relocation division. And we became the first African American real estate company that has a corporate relocation division. And so we have some partnerships like with Delta. We handle corporate relocation for them. Eli Lilly, Chevron, the list of companies that we've been helping move their employees in and out of the different locations we was in. It's been amazing. So our corporate relocation is number one on my list of things that we are proud of to be a part because we broke a barrier.
That's awesome. Well, what can you tell us about people that want to get into real estate?
I tell anybody who wants to get into real estate is that it's based off of relationships. Real estate is
Mhm.
relationships, relationship. The more people that know you, the more opportunity you have. It's also an entrepreneurial career. So it's like starting a new business. So you have to get in and be able to weather the storms of getting started, but it is the most um, joyful, uh, just careers that you can ever be in. The largest transaction that a person would make in their life is buying a home. And so you get a chance to help them with that. So those are some of the things.
But right now, how is the market here in Atlanta? Because I know Atlanta it continues to grow here. But what
We're in a
how's the marketing right
special
now?
We're in a special, Atlanta's a special place right now. Where you got this amount of corporations are putting their headquarters here, which brings more job opportunity, which brings more income into the city. It's still thriving. I tell some of my agents in Atlanta, if you get outside of this market, things may not look the way it looks in Atlanta. So we're in a very healthy market right now. The mayor's doing a great job, and the governor with attracting business to come in here. And then we have all these different restaurants. And so it's just a special time. And it's a great place to be in doing real estate.
Okay. And I know my aunt, I have to shout her out because she's been doing real estate for over 30 years here in Atlanta also. She done sold $1 million homes. She done been on TV with it and everything. So I don't know. She be trying to get me into real estate. So I need you to give me some advice on getting into it because I'm not good at sales. I don't think
Um,
I'm good at sales. Good at marketing maybe, but the sales
well,
part is
80% of real estate is marketing. So if
oh.
you so if you're good in because you're marketing a product and that individual is the brand and the product. So you're great at, doing this interviewing. So you're great with talking, you're great with
Mhm.
marketing. Those are great. And I'm pretty sure you have a great personality because a lot of people come on here and feel comfortable with you. So actually, honestly, you have all the keys to success for
Okay, well, that's what I like. Motivate me.
it.
Yes, yes. But I've been looking at your page and everything, and I know you have an event coming in Houston on the rooftop. Tell us more about the mixer and the events that you have going on.
So what we're known for as a company too is bringing all companies together. So we're hosting a real estate industry mixer. So it's every company. It's all in everybody who's involved in the transaction of real estate. So your insurance company, your mortgage companies, your home inspectors, the agents. And so we're doing a rooftop event. It's going to be wonderful. We have the food that's going to be passed around. It's called Soul Seven. It's on the top of the Thompson, and if you haven't been there in Houston, it's the view is absolutely amazing. And so when we're doing events as Norlux Realty, we want to make sure we curate not just your regular event. We want them to feel special. So I'm always giving them a luxury place, and so they can feel like they can sell at every level. So it's going to be a great time. Come to Houston. It's going to be a good one.
Okay, well, I'm in Atlanta, so like, and I know you're in Atlanta. So when is the one for Atlanta so that I can pop up on there and
Actually,
support?
we're actually planning that one right now. So September, we got one coming for you in September. We're just putting the final dot on it. For September, we got you.
Okay, and hopefully I can be able to make that because that's my birthday month.
Mm.
So make sure you send me all the information.
I will.
Okay. And I ask all my interviewers this because I'm doing the 100 Voices, 100 Stories. What is one quote that you live by?
Live for the day, but plan for tomorrow.
Okay, I
And
like
that's a
that.
quote that I kind of came up with is, I'm going to do whatever I want to do today. I'm not going to have any kind of fear, but what I am going to do is make sure that I can continue to do it tomorrow. So I believe people, have that turn. I'm going to live for the day. I'm just going to, go all in. I just believe in doing that, but also make sure you can redo it again. So live for the day, but plan for tomorrow.
I love it. Love it. Now, what I do also different on my podcast is I ask every interviewer this. So, the interviewer before you has to give me a question. They don't know who you are or anything. They just give me a question for you to answer, and then you give me a question for the next person. So the question that they left was, what is your passion and what are you doing to follow it?
My passion is my family. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and if you ever been to Birmingham, we're big on family, making sure you pull your generation up. I believe that each generation is almost have the obligation to pay it forward and bring up the next generation. So everything that I do is centered around my kids, my family. So that's my passion right there. I literally wake up and proud moment. My sister just became one of our new employees of our company. And so that goes right along with the family and passion part.
That's awesome. Yes, family is everything, right?
Mhm.
It's definitely everything. Okay, and one more. Um, Finish this sentence for me. And like I said, I'm doing 100 voices, 100 stories. So your voice matters because,
There's no one like you.
ooh, okay, can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Because I believe that all of us have unique voices, and your voice can inspire somebody. Your voice can help somebody out when they're going through a rough time. And so I hear a lot of, especially my relatives, sometimes when I tell them to get in front of the camera, and they're like, "I don't like my voice. I don't like," but your voice is unique. It's nobody like your voice. So your voice is going to resonate with somebody that understands you. So. That's kind of where I got it from. That's the top of my head.
Okay, and I love that. I love that. Definitely do. But right now, what is one thing or what is something that you would like to tell the audience? Anything you would like to share?
I would just like to share with everybody to dream big. I think when I first started my company, I was guilty of not dreaming big enough. I think that God had bigger dreams than what I originally had. I was thinking boutique company when I first got started, was okay with 20 agents, but God had a bigger dream than when I ever thought about it. So I would tell everybody to dream big and don't ever think your dreams are too big.
All right. Well, I'm dreaming big over here. I believe in manifesting. So, mm. But with your company and having 11 offices right now, like how do you deal with your career and then personal life? How do you manage everything?
Okay, that work-life balance. Well, I realize that it's probably never going to be a balance. You just gotta find moments where you can have it to yourself. So if I'm traveling to business, I go a day early, and that day early is for me, so I can go to my favorite restaurant. I can go and walk in the parks. It's either I go a day early or I stay a day after. So I'm just finding moments because as an entrepreneur, and then everybody will probably tell you, I don't think nobody has found a cure for or a balance between work-life balance. I just found moments. So chase the moments.
All right. Chase the moments, y'all. So what do a day with in Jeremy Norman life look like?
Um, okay, that's a good one right there. Um, it's starting off with I run a social media 5 a.m. Club. It's basically I believe in your morning routine determine how successful you are, and so I do a check-in with thousands of people across the United States at 5 a.m. and ask them are they up, and that could be yoga, meditating. I don't care what it is, but I just believe in your morning routine. So it starts off at 5. Then I got to go to the gym, got to get a workout in. Then at that point, get in the office about 11. I have normally meetings with our leadership team. We have 11 different managing brokers in all of our market centers. So we're strategy on, what's going on now, education, what's 2027, marketing. And then it's going into, meeting with some of the agents and making sure that they're getting that Chick-fil-A service within the company. And by that time, it's probably about, 5, 6 o'clock. And then at that point, I'm done. I got to get something to eat.
I gotcha. And I read that 5 a.m. book also. So a lot of people say that 5 a.m. is the best time to start your day.
It is. I think it's the moment where it's more quieter. And so you can really get your thoughts in. If you're trying to start off at 8, 9 o'clock, now your phone is blowing up and now you're distracted. I just believe that is so much peaceful at 5 o'clock in the morning. And so you'll see most of the CEOs. I would think I read that book too. That was like 80% of CEOs are up before 6.
Okay. All right. So you like to read books?
I have to, in what I'm doing, I got to be forward thinking. So I love researching. I'm a research junkie. So I'm on YouTube, I'm reading books, because I got to make sure that I'm sharper and I'm always thinking ahead.
Oh, I love it. I'm a bookworm myself, so can you recommend me three books I need to read?
All right, I got you. Let me go to my book collection right now. You're gonna get me right here. Where my book collection at here?
Yes, yes, I love it because I think, for our bookworms that's out there, three maybe motivational books or three books you could recommend
So
right now.
one that I definitely recommend to everybody, and a lot of people are Atomic Habits. Have you heard of that one? Atomic Habits?
Yes, I read that one.
Okay, all right, that's a good one. Become a category one. It's the latest one that I just picked up and I started reading. And it's talking about in business that, in order to be successful, sometimes you have to go beyond the average. Becoming a category one means if some of your colleagues or some of your business partners are doing the bare minimum, in order to stand out, you have to go beyond that. So that's a good one, becoming a category one. And then the last one I would probably recommend is another one called No One Succeeds Alone.
Okay.
So I truly believe in that. It's always somebody that's going to connect you to help you out. So no one succeeds alone.
Okay. So I haven't read the second and the third one. I did read the first one, which was a really good book. But I definitely have to check those out because I read at least two books a week probably. No, I mean, yes, indeed. But yeah, so what else next for you? What can we expect from the next couple of years?
The next couple of years, we're gonna next year expand out to 3 more locations. So we're gonna
Okay.
enter into Charlotte, Tampa, and Nashville. And so we're right now, like I said, we're a little bit over 400 agents, and so by next year sometime, we're probably close to about 800 agents.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mhm.
How do you do it?
Pray for me.
Hey, you got it. You got it. But how do you go from sports to real estate though? Because sports, like I'm a sports fan. I'm not into college football, but I'm into football,
Mhm.
um, NFL. But how do you just go from sports? Because that's a good field to be into also.
Yeah.
You know.
So, when I was playing college football, you know how sometimes the writing is on the wall when you
Mm-hmm.
playing sports. I didn't see that I quite had it to go into the NFL. Now I thought I did, but I didn't. It didn't add up the way it needed to add up. So I said, I was doing my finance degree in college, and I took a real estate course, and so that's how I got bit with the real estate bug right there that's taking a course. And it just clicked to me when it's like, okay, you're not gonna be able to go to the NFL, but you can sell to the players in the NFL. And so that kind of sparked it off right there. And so I have partnerships with Morgan and Stanley. So we do a lot. We just closed out on Ace Bailey, which is he was the third pick in the NBA draft last year in Atlanta. So we get a chance to deal with quite a few different celebrities, and so it kind of covers that sport bugs for me.
I got you. And this is the area for it because Atlanta has so much, sports. We have the Braves, we have the Falcons, we have NASCAR, we have everything, here. So that's a good that it go hand in hand for you.
hmm
Yes. But is there anything else you would like to say before we get out of this interview?
I would just like thank you for the opportunity for people to hear my voice and if it impacts somebody, that's all I want to do is uplift somebody, encouraging them and tell them to keep going. So thank you for doing this too, because sometimes we don't have a voice.
Yes, and that's why I started this. I think everybody has a story, everybody has a dream. And then I love to hear people's journeys of how they got to where they are today. So that's why I put this platform together. And also, you have to give me a question for the next interviewer. You don't know who they are, it's just a basic question, any kind of question.
I guess okay. What do you do when you fail? Because and that question comes from in business, we're gonna always have the moments where we're doing good, but we're also gonna have the moments when we fail at something. So what do you do when you fail? Because I think that
Ooh.
that's really shapes the character of a person. It's not what you do when you're successful. How do you do when you get knocked down?
Ooh, I like that. Okay, well, answer that question. I would like to hear your answer to that. What do you do when you fail?
I think that I have
What?
processed that we're gonna have good days and we're gonna have bad days. And so
Yeah.
I have failed so many times that I have become immune to falling because I understand that I'm only going to fall for so long, and then I'm going to have a good day to go along with it. So that's how I kind of process it. This is just a season and it will pass.
Okay. All right. And one more
Mhm.
question I had on here to ask. Who inspired you to be the man that you are today?
That's a good one. I'm gonna give it to my father. My father worked for the railroad. He was a hard working. I saw my dad get up every single day and work long hours um, on the railroad. And then also I saw my mom. So I'm gonna give it to my mom and my dad, both of them, because my mom was a lunchroom manager and she woke up every single morning and had to be in the school by 6 o'clock and cooking the breakfast for the kids and making sure the kids ate and I saw her dedication of years after years getting up every single morning. I saw my dad years after years, putting long hours at the railroad. So they just didn't give me a option to not work hard. So my mom and my dad.
All right. And it all started with your parents. So I love that.
Foundation.
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said that's the foundation.
Yes, indeed. But tell everybody where they can follow you.
Okay, you can follow me on social media, Instagram at Jeremy Norman underscore. You can find me on Facebook at Jeremy Norman, or you can find me on LinkedIn at Jeremy Norman, or just visit our website, norluxrealty.com.
All right. And there y'all have it, child. And hey, thanks for interviewing with me today. I appreciate it. It was a look. I love getting to hear your background story. You have a fan now here with
The,
me.
the same here, the same here.
And thanks for the inspiration for me to get into real estate because like I said, my aunt been into it for 30 years and she's trying to get me into it and I'm really thinking about doing it and taking up the classes and stuff.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm waiting on you.
All right.
All
Well, you
right.
have a blessed day today and I appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of 100 Voices, 100 Stories. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, Every person has a story, and it all begins with you. I'm Cece, and I'll see you next time.